In this video, I will show you how to create this simple transition and turn it into a motion graphic template. We will also add some color controls, save it as a motion graphic file, and test it in Premiere Pro. In After Effects, click on the New Composition button, change the name to Transition, change the width to 1920 and height to 1080. The 2997 frames per second is okay, and give it a 2-second duration. Click OK. In the Tools panel, find the Rectangle tool and double-click on it to create a shape at the size of the composition. The Properties panel appears. If you somehow don't see this panel, go to Window and click Properties. Let's first rename it to Shape 1. In the Properties panel, find a Size property. Unlink both properties and change the size to 2200 by 2200. Just to make it a little bigger than our composition, link properties back together. Find the Rotation property and change it to 45 degrees. Go to the beginning of the timeline and press the letter P to reveal the Position property. Click on the stopwatch to create a keyframe. Go to the 1-second mark and create another keyframe. Go back to the first keyframe and drag the shape to the right to disappear from the composition. Select both keyframes and press the F9 button to easy ease. Open the graph editor. Right-click and make sure that you are editing the speed graph. Select the second keyframe and drag it to the left to make the animation accelerate quickly and slow down toward the end. Let's see what we have so far. Next, select the shape 1 and duplicate it. The shortcut is Ctrl or Command and D. Offset the new layer by 4 frames. In the Properties panel, change the color. Make it a little darker for now. Select and duplicate the shape 2. Offset it by 4 frames and change the color. Again, duplicate the shape 3 layer. Offset it by 4 frames. And make the color a little darker. Let's preview what we got so far. It looks great for now. Next, duplicate the shape 4 layer and rename it to Matte. We will use this layer later for masking the animation. Hide this layer for now. Select all 4 other shapes. Right-click and select Pre-compose. Let's rename it to Shapes and click OK. Reveal this matte layer and bring it back to the beginning of the timeline. Hit the letter P to reveal the Position property, click on the stopwatch to delete all keyframes, and reset the position to the original value, which is 960 in this case. Now offset it to the 1-second mark and create a keyframe. Go to the last frame and create another keyframe. Select the first keyframe and change the position so that the shape disappears from the composition, the opposite direction as before. Select both keyframes and press the F9 button to easy ease. Open the graph editor. Select the second keyframe and drag it to the left to make the same animation style as before. In the Properties panel, change a color. And of course, close the graph editor. Preview the animation, which looks exactly like what we wanted. The last step is to let this transition animate off the screen. To do that, find the Track Matte option. If you don't see this option, click the Toggle Switches button to make this menu visible. Change the Track Matte of the shape composition to the matte layer. If we go to around the 1-second mark, we see that we need to invert the mask. Click on this little field next to Alpha Matte to make it inverse. Now we can see that our transition will animate in and out, like every transition is supposed to. Select both layers, right-click, select Pre-compose, and name it MoGRT. Now it's time to create some controls for our template. Right-click somewhere in the empty space, select New and Null Object, Rename it to MoGRT Controls. I always put all controls in a separate layer for two reasons. The first reason is to be super organized, and the second is that if I ever have to make a change to this template in the future, I always know where to find a specific control. Next, go to the window and select the Effects and Presets panel. Type the word control into the search bar to locate all expression controls. Select the color control and drag it to the controls layer. New Effects Control panel appears. Click on this little lock icon to lock the view. This means that wherever you click, the panel will always stay open. Rename the control to Color 1. And because we have 4 shapes, we will need 4 copies. Select Color 1 and duplicate it 3 times to get 4 copies. I created a color palette, but you can use whatever color you want. When I use a color palette, I always drag it to the composition. And with an eyedropper, which is beside color controls, I mark all 4 colors from the controls layer. You can delete the color palette for now. Now open the MoGRT and Shapes composition. Now we will connect these 4 shapes with color controls. Expand the Shape 1 layer and find the Fill property. Then, Alt-click on the stopwatch in front of the color property to add an expression. With this pick whip, connect the Fill property with the Color 1 control. Repeat the same step for Color 2. Alt-click the color property and connect with the Color 2 control. And again for Color 3. Alt-click the color property and connect with the Color 3 control. And last for Color 4, Alt-click the color property and connect with the Color 4 control. Close all shapes. Go to the MoGRT composition and preview what we have so far. I think it looks great, but now it's time to convert it to a motion graphic template. Go to the window and select the Essential Graphics panel. Under the Primary option, select the Transition composition because this is the main composition which holds all other compositions. Here it is crucial to choose the right composition in the Essential Graphic panel. Rename the MoGRT to Simple Transition. Expand the controls layer and under Effects Controls, find all 4 color controls and open them. Click and drag Color 1, Color 2, Color 3, and Color 4. Click on this Add Formatting button and select Add Group. Rename it to Color Controls. Click and drag all 4 layers inside this group. I like to use groups because the controls are more organized and more user-friendly. Let's add another group and rename it to General Controls. Put them above all controls. Close the controls layer. Select the MoGRT composition and press the letter P to reveal the position property and Shift and S to open the scale property. Drag both properties to the General Controls group. Change the name of both properties to make it clear. Shrink both groups. Next, select the frame in the timeline that best shows the template thumbnail. Click the Set Poster Frame button. This creates the thumbnail that the user will see in the graphic panel. Now let's export the MoGRT. Click the Export Motion Graphic Template button and click Save if this dialog box appears. An export window appears. Click the Browse button, find the folder on your computer, and save it. You can add keywords here if you want to. Click the OK button and open the Premiere Pro. In Premiere Pro, find the Graphics Templates panel. If you don't see this panel, go to the window and select Graphic Templates. The template will appear as the first template. You can also click the checkbox in front of the folder name for easier navigation. Click and drag the template into the timeline. To edit the template, select the template in the timeline and find the Properties panel. If you don't see this panel, go to the window and select Properties. Let's test all controls. Open General Controls and change the scale and position. Next, open the Color Controls and find the right frame. Change all colors. Color 1, Color 2, Color 3, and Color 4. In Premiere Pro 2025, you also have the native transform controls with position, anchor point, scale, rotation, and opacity. So if you are creating motion graphic templates in version 2025 and above, you don't need to include the general controls, because the transform controls are already included in the Properties panel. So, with this step, we managed to create the template in After Effects and test it in Premiere Pro. This transition template is included in the free pack of motion graphic templates that you can download from our website. The transition template also includes 4 different styles of transitions. Just go to the MoGRTS.net and download your free copy now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you learned something new today. If you have any questions, or you got stuck in any step of the process, leave a comment, and I will help you solve it. Give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon.